In this video, we will review how to add a Crestron HR-CV Mini handheld remote to our Crestron home system using Configure Pro. We'll begin by looking at the manual for the CV Mini remote, or Cevo remote. This can be found on the product page under the Resources tab. The Cevo Mini is a durable handheld remote with customizable buttons for source selection and voice capabilities. The Cevo Mini pairs easily with Crestron Home and 4 Series processors. It is important to note the supported control systems. The Cevo Mini works with the DIN AP4R and all version 2 hardware Crestron Home processors. It is not compatible with version 1 hardware Crestron Home processors. Moving to the initial setup section of the manual, we can see the remote ships with a USB charging cable. It is advisable to charge the remote when you receive it. When the remote arrives, it will be in transport mode or low power mode. The Cevo Mini must be connected to power and charging while it is configured for the first time. We will continue to the Getting Started section of the manual. Once again, the remote will need to be connected to power and charging in order to set it up. You can use the included USB-C charging cable or the optional HR-CV Mini DS docking station. Your next step is to scan the QR code that will be displayed on the Cevo Mini remote using your mobile device. This will allow you to download the device assistant software for your mobile device. The manual also provides links for Apple and Android devices. Launch the Device Assistant app. When the app starts, it will request you to sign in. Use your Crestron.com credentials. From here, we will be using NFC or near-field communications between the remote and your mobile device running the Device Assistant. Note that during pairing and setup processes, the Cevo is shown face down with the mobile device above it. There is a charging symbol on the back of the Cevo which you will use to align your mobile device when tapping. It may take a couple of tries to line up the NFC on your mobile device and the Cevo. From here, the Cevo Mini manual will guide you step by step on how to configure the remote and join it to your wireless network. You'll be required to set up an administrator login on the remote. You will also be given the opportunity to update the Cevo Mini's firmware if needed. Once you complete the Cevo setup, we are ready to find the remote in Configure Pro. Let's add the Cevo. Select Devices, then select the primary bedroom and select Add Device. The Cevo is connected to the wireless network. We will select Crestron Wired and Wi-Fi, then select Ethernet and Wi-Fi. If the remote does not appear in the list, click the Rescan button to run another discovery pass. Click on the plus icon to add the remote to the previously selected room. Give the Cevo a name, Primary Bed Cevo. Click Add Device. We can now see the remote has been added to the primary bedroom. Clicking the gear icon will show us configuration information. We can see that the remote is online and landed in the primary bedroom. We are ready to close the Add dialog. At this point, the remote is synced up to the system. The remote already has buttons set up for the sources, shades, and the lighting that is already set up in the primary bedroom. All we had to do was add the remote to the room, and Crestron Home did the rest. Looking over the remote, we see that there are 2 buttons in the media mode that are not programmed. We will add some custom functionality here. We can use actions to dim lights and close shades, 1 button for shades, 1 for lights. This way the user will be able to quickly and easily dim the lights or close the shades without leaving the media mode. Select Actions, expand the primary bedroom, and click on the Cevo remote. Click on the top button and select the T for text. Name this button. On the first line, we will enter Lights, and on the second line, Mood. Select the Mode dropdown and choose Scene. We are looking at scenes in the primary bedroom. However, we can change the room if we need to. Scroll down and select the primary bed mood scene. Our behavior is set to Always Recall Scene. and feedback is set to on-scene level. We're not going to enable time of day, as we want this action to be available at any time. Select the second button on the Cevo. Select the T, and add the text. The line 1 text will be shades, and the line 2 text will be closed. For mode, we will set it to scene, and select the all close shade scene. As we were setting up the text, the names were appearing on the buttons. These two buttons will allow the user to easily close the shades and/or set the mood lights on the media page of the remote. This concludes this video on adding the Cevo Mini Remote to Crestron Home and how to program buttons using Configure Pro.